Decentralized.
Welcome to Everything Currency. This is a show where we talk about everything crypto and mo. I'm your host Jay, and today I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on my thoughts on this market. So things got a little bit more bearish like I thought. I said I wouldn't be surprised if things dipped pretty far, so I want to take a look at those charts real quick and the sentiment and just give you guys an update on that. So if you're excited about that, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and let's just get right into these charts real quick. So the first thing I want to look at is the fear and greed index bouncing up a little bit to the 25 because, you know, Bitcoin bounced up a little bit. The SPX went up a little bit. The DJI went up a little bit. So the overall markets had a nice crash, as you guys know already. But taking a look at these Bitcoin charts, looking at it on the weekly, so this is the most bullish thing that you're probably going to hear me say in this video, and that's, hey, we are still above the 34 moving average on Bitcoin. We are still having an uptrend in the long-term scheme of things for Bitcoin. This is long-term scheme of things. This is the weekly chart, so this thing takes a lot to play out. It takes a lot of time to play out. You see right here, the RSI just crossed bearish, and we just need a little bit more time for Bitcoin to cool off. In my opinion, might come up and try to retest like 51, or if we get bullish, retest around 53 maybe. But I wouldn't be surprised to see us come down and really test like the 40k level. Now if we come down here and we start breaking below that, and we start breaking like below 38k, it's looking really ugly. So that's the one bearish thing that I'm excited about on these charts right now. Going to the daily though, which is where things kind of, actually let's go to the 4-hour chart, is where things kind of start off. So on the 4-hour chart, let me just mute that line real quick. On the 4-hour chart, if we zoom in here, you can see we're trying to get back above this 34 moving average. Now this could just be coming back up to retest it. If we don't get back above it, that's going to be a very bad sign. This is the 4-hour chart, but if we get back above it, that's where it starts. It's going to start looking pretty good if we try to head up for a recovery, and then we can keep doing what I was thinking, which was going sideways in between like a $10,000 time frame, which hurts our pockets, but hey, that's what happens. So let's hope that we don't dip down any further and we just kind of do one of these, maybe come back up to here. But it's looking bearish on the daily chart. So when we go to the daily chart, what I can see here is that, so on the daily chart, what I'm seeing is that, hey, we've been trying to get back above the 34 and the 13 moving average. They crossed back on the 22nd, and it's been getting rejected by that ever since. And now those moving averages are starting to curve down pretty hard. That's why I said, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we come down and we start trying to test like these levels right here, this 44k or the 39. If we get really ugly, maybe even throw another one in there. Since it's Bitcoin, we'll say 46k. So we need to get back above like 53k, and then the 34 moving average, which is the 56k on the daily. So if the daily keeps getting rejected by these moving average, then the weekly will of course get rejected and start looking a lot more bearish. So let's just hope that the weekly time frame is holding up for Bitcoin, and then we can keep the bull run going. The total too is actually getting back above the 13 moving average on the weekly, so that's very good. Same thing here, we have this thing in an uptrend, and this one looks a little bit more bullish, so that might be the alt season after Bitcoin goes down if things do get bearish. But right here we can see on the daily as well, it is getting rejected, and there's a major level that we need to cross at about the $1.4 trillion level. We had a lot of trading going on before. That's pretty bad resistance. So I'm thinking, hey, things could be bearish because these charts could just be coming up and then just be you know, retesting these levels and then giving us a nice ugly downtrend, or a pretty downtrend, depending on if you short or if you just trade this market, depending on what you want to do. But so yeah, right now this could just be a dead cat bounce, so I will be very wary. I am watching these charts. Sentiment changed very quick. That fear and greed index chart really never fails. You know, it's like I was doubting it for a little bit, but hey, seeing that that thing started going into fear, and then price followed pretty quick with things dropping, and then, you know, got a little FOMO, tried to buy some coins when they hit those bottoms to get some oversold bounces. So some of those, you know, some of those oversold bounces were really profitable. There was coins that went down about 50% and came back up pretty quick. We've seen the market cap, you know, lose about 30 billion dollars, which was, that's an interesting number, because in the last bull run I remember the dips being about, you know, 30 million dollars. That's pretty interesting to just to think about. But let me know what you guys think about the video. Do you guys think this is the bear market? Personally, I don't think so. The weekly chart has not did me wrong. Last time we had these ugly looking things on the chart, the weekly is the one that held up, and then we continued to go bullish. So although this chart could be signaling a double top, a lot of people are saying that there's a double top, which is like, you know, here's one top, here's another top. I don't know what you would call this if you're calling that a double top, but if this is a double top, then of course price goes like that and makes a little bit of M. But me personally, I would rather like to, maybe that's just my bullish bias, but I would like to say, hey, this one is lower than that one, so it's not looking too bad so far. If we had one that came right here, oops, I'm all over the place with these things today. If we had one that came like this, then yeah, I can see that happening. So we need the 1.1 trillion level to hold on these altcoin charts, and on the Bitcoin chart, I believe the level that we need to hold is at the very least $39,000 Bitcoin. So like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I hope this helps some people out. Don't worry, DCA, don't be following the crowd, you know what I mean? Counter trade your emotions. It was hard to buy some of those dips because I was scared, but I still did it. So till next time, think positive and positive things will happen. Peace.